Hey everybody, this is Christian from the Charles Mills Writing Center, and today we're going to be talking about conjunctions and interjections. So I'm going to share my screen, and here we go. So a conjunction, according to Webster's Ninth Collegiate Dictionary, is an uninflected linguistic form that joins together sentences, clauses, phrases, or words. So the important part here, joins together sentences, clauses, phrases, or words. So in essence, it is a connector. So examples of conjunctions are and, or, if, and because. Now, our example sentence here, I like chocolate because it is delicious. Because is our conjunction. Our first part here, so in the two parts it's joining together, are these three words here and these three words here. So I like chocolate can be a standalone sentence because we have our subject, our verb, we have our object, and this just structurally could be a sentence on its own. I like chocolate. And then because basically allows us to add some related information that will tell us more about the first sentence or the first clause, which can be a standalone sentence. And we know now that I like chocolate because it is delicious, right? We have, this is our adjective here, and we can assume that the reasoning for liking chocolate is derived from it being delicious, right? So again, that's kind of a lot more analysis than needs to be done for this particular sentence, but just kind of getting a sense of how these things relate to one another is kind of the goal of this series. So moving on to interjections. An interjection is an utterance usually lacking grammatical connection as a word or phrase used in exclamation, as heavens, dear me, or B, a cry or inarticulate utterance as alas, ouch, phooey, or expressing an emotion. So important parts, a word or phrase used in exclamation and expressing an emotion. And this again is from Webster's Ninth Collegiate Dictionary. And right, so we have a couple examples here, yikes, oh, or huh. And our example sentence, oof, that is unfortunate. Now, I like oof a lot. Just it's a it's a it's a good word. Usually it depends on the context, but it usually expresses some sort of discomfort or empathy for a situation that was described to you. And not always, but that's it depends on the context, but that's a lot of the times it's doing one or both of those functions. So I wanted to add one more thing. Oh yeah, so the thing about interjections is like usually you'll see them more in spoken language than in written language, unless the written language is specifically intended to reflect spoken vernacular. But if you look in textbooks, if you look in manuals, anything that's sort of formal written, like formally written, you'll probably not see these as often. And even in they're not super common. You will see them in spoken language quite frequently though, so they're still worth going over. And yeah, basically that's that's all I have for conjunctions and interjections. Stay tuned. Our next video will be on determiners, and that will be the last video in this series before our final summary. So thank you for sticking around, and we will see you in the next video. All right, take care.